Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today TV. I'm Sakshi Batra, and on this show, we are going to be discussing the top five holdings in Rakesh Jhunjhunwala's portfolio. Right after his passing away, investors have been looking very, very keenly at how his portfolio stocks have been performing and what is the way forward. In case you have been invested in any of these stocks, then also what is the way forward and what should be your strategy. That's going to be our focus right now. In case you want to make a fresh investment, then which of these top holdings should you keep on your radar? That also we are going to be discussing today. Joining in with me is Mr. Rajesh Palvia, technical and derivatives expert from Axis Securities. Welcome, Rajesh, and thank you so much for taking the time out. This is a very interesting and a very, very special show. As a tribute to the legend, the big bull of India, we have been continuously focusing on how he, became a billionaire, created a wealth of over $5 billion, maximum of which was investments in stocks. And therefore, we've been inspiring all our viewers, taking through his journey in the stock markets over the last few decades. First up, help us know, what do you remember of Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, if you ever followed him, and any of his stock picks that were your favorites as well?
Yeah, good afternoon, Shakshi. Yeah, so we have started our learning by seeing him and by listening him his vision on the long term story on the Indian stock market as well as on the economy. A lot of learning he has shared. So he's a big bull of our market, and the kind of portfolio he was owning and the wealth he
Yes.
has created over a decade. So it's really very good learning for everyone, how one should invest and how one should invest in the market and remain invested patiently to enjoy these kind of wealth creation journey. So really we are
Absolutely.
discussing his stock, so it's again privilege for us also to discuss him.
Absolutely, absolutely. And we know so many viewers who've been constantly asking us about what should they be now doing, because they have been following, copying Rakesh Jhunjhunwala's portfolio, every step that he took. The recent example is also Singer India. Just after her passing away, his passing away, we have actually seen Rare Enterprises picking up a big stake in Singer India, and the stock has run up in 2 days about 43%. So we'll be discussing that stock too. But let's talk about first his favorite stock. Titan has been one stock that actually made him into a legendary investor worldwide, because he had up the stake at a very, very small price, and he held on to this, and the kind of wealth creation that he's made is remarkable for all of us to know. So help us understand, what do you now make of Titan as a portfolio stock, and what should investors do?
So Sakshi, I just wanted to let you know here कि whenever we analyze the Titan, again, Mr. Jhunjhunwala's conviction always there in mind, how he has picked up the stock and the kind of run up we have seen in last
Yes.
10, 15 years, and the kind of wealth creation we have seen in this Titan. So
Yeah.
still we believe that this long-term journey which we have witnessed in the Titan is going to continue further. The long-term setup is positive. It's really a portfolio stock. One should keep this stock in their long-term portfolio always. And whenever any opportunity comes in any volatile market, one should add in dips also. So looking at the technical setup, we feel that 2200 is a very important level. If at
Hmm.
all any correction come in the stock, one should add around those level also. And the long-term setup is indicating that this stock can move further higher towards 2750, even 3000 level we can see in over a period of time in this stock. So it's
Okay.
iron dips category stock. One should add this stock in any kind of decline in the portfolio for long-term investment.
Okay, so long-term portfolio stock, it can also cross 3,000 kind of levels. So definitely a stock that you should look at buying on tips. The second stock that we want to discuss is Crisil from Rakesh Jhunjhunwala's portfolio. Of course, another great bet that he had invested in early 2000s, and which is now more than 1,300 crores in his entire portfolio. So what do you make of Crisil as a stock in the long-term portfolio for investors?
So if we analyze on the long-term basis, stock is in bullish trend. Since last couple of months, we are seeing some consolidation action is happening in the stock, and again it's giving opportunity to buy this is quality stock at the lower prices. So our belief is that 3,000 is very important level for the stock on the downside. And again, if it comes around those level, it's an opportunity to buy the stock to add for long term portfolio. Stock
Mm-hmm.
is continuously forming series of higher top, higher bottom formation on weekly as well as on the monthly chart, which clearly suggests that there is a strength is there for the short to medium term perspective also. So we advise to buy in dips around 3,000 level. And on the crossover of 3,500, 3,600, again, we are expecting that, that stock can further move higher towards 3,800 to
Okay.
4,000 level on the long term basis. So it's again, a long term investment stock. Buy on dip should be the strategy in the Crisil also.
Okay, so Crisil also can be kept in the long-term portfolio. This stock could also give you great returns in the long term. About 3,800 to 4,000 kind of levels you can actually see on this stock as well. Another stock that I wanted to discuss is also one of the other favorites of Rakesh Jhunjhunwala in his portfolio, where he holds a 17.5% stake. We're talking about Star Health, which is now about 7,000 crore rupees of worth in his own portfolio of about 32,000 crores that is generated from investments in stocks. So, Star Health from the insurance pack, what do you make of this stock in the current environment?
So Star Health, I don't have much history because it's a recently listed stock, but the kind of formation which we are able to analyze on the data which we have,
Hmm.
stock is in consolidation, like 800 to 600 is the major price band where stock is consolidating since last
Yeah.
couple of months. So we believe that overall structure is looking sideways as of now. But once the stocks manages to cross over 800 level, then possibly the next target for stock is around 1,000 to 1,050 level. So buy on dips again. The strategy in the Star Health also. If it comes near to 650, would be the right opportunity, right level to enter in the stock. Keep
Okay.
stop loss of 600 if you are buying around those level. And upside target on the positional basis, we are expecting 1,000 to 1,050.
Okay. Buy on dips at around 600, 650, and 1,000 could be your target, positional target on Star Health. That's the target that you need to keep in mind. Another consumer oriented stock that is very famous in Rakesh Jhunjhunwala's portfolio is Metro Brands. While his initial investment is unknown into the stock, but we do know that his portfolio now consists of 3,348 crore rupees worth of the Metro Brands stake that he has. So, what do you make of Metro Brands in the entire consumer-oriented basket?
So stock listed in December 21, but after listing, we have seen some consolidation, but a very strong run up since last 3 4 weeks in the stock.
Hmm.
Looking at the setup, we feel that now if the stocks continues to hold above 750, 760 zone, then possibly next target for stock is around 1100 to 1200. So very
Hmm.
strong chart structure. Though we have a very limited data setup, but still looking at the weekly as well as the daily setup, we believe that stock can move further higher towards 1100 to 1150. One should remain invested. If any dips comes near to 750, 760 is a buying opportunity. Keep stop loss of 700 for upside target of 1100 to 1150.
Okay, 1100, 1150 can be the target, positional target for Metro Brands. Again, a stock that you could definitely look at investing. Another stock that is talked about a lot from Rakesh Jhunjhunwala's portfolio is Tata Motors. This stock has had a history of ups and downs and very, very wild swings. At times, it has really made investors rich in a very short time. But for a long time, it also doesn't move. So a lot of history goes behind this stock. Rakesh Jhunjhunwala holds about over a percent kind of a stake here, which is worth 1730 crore rupees in his portfolio. What do you make from the auto pack Tata Motors as a stock which is in Rakesh Jhunjhunwala's portfolio? Should investors look at this story?
So actually, we have seen a strong run up in whole automobile space, and Tata Motor has also delivered good return in, especially in last 2 months. We have seen a lot of volatility in the stock, but still we feel kind of setup which we are seeing at the current juncture. Stock managed to give flat pattern breakout on the monthly chart, which
Hmm.
clearly indicates that now stock can move further higher towards 550, 560 zone, which are
Correct.
the immediate target for the stock. So those who are looking for short to medium term investment also, they can also buy and accumulate this stock. because overall the base is there for the stock at around 400, 420 zone, which is very important support area as of now. So if it continues to hold above 400, 420 level, then possibly next target is 560. And if stock crosses that level, then possibly stock can move further higher towards 700 also. So
Hmm.
long-term setup for Tata Motor is bullish, and we are seeing rounding bottom formation on the monthly chart also, which clearly indicates that once stock crosses above 560 zone, then possibly next target for stock is around 700 also.
Okay, next target is 700 on the stock as well. Another stock that we want to talk about is something that has been in news from the last 2 days, and that is Singer India. After Rakesh Jhunjhunwala's passing away, we did hear when the markets opened up, the news floated that Rare Enterprises has picked up a big stake in Singer India of about 10%, or 42.5 lakh shares have been picked up by the enterprise. And the stock has now run up over 43% in just the last 2 days. So that's the perhaps being talked about as the last stock investment bet by Rakesh Jhunjhunwala. So help us understand your views on the stock. What does the chart indicate for all those investors who are now interested in picking up after this 43% run up? Is it still valuable?
So yeah, as we know that it's a last investment decision of Mr. Jhunjhunwala. So market has given a thumbs up to that stock price
Yeah.
also, and we have seen a very strong run up in last 2 days. The looking at the current market level, we feel that 90 is the immediate resistance area, which is the previous all-time high level for the stock. If at all stock crosses above 90 level, then possibly stock may move further higher towards 130, 140 zone also.
Okay.
Though stock has already moved up sharply in last two trading session, if any pullback action comes towards 70, 65 level is a right opportunity to buy the stock in the dips. So our advice to buy around 72 to 65 zone. And on the breakout of 90, the next possible target for stock is at around 130 to 140.
Okay, after a breakout over 90, there could be 130, 140 kind of levels upside that you can actually see on Singer India, despite the 43% move on the upside. So most of the stocks that we've discussed today, 6 stocks from Rakesh Jhunjhunwala's portfolios, are all can all be looked at from a long-term perspective, to be added in a long term in your portfolio as well, and that could give you considerable returns from the current levels as well. So thank you so much, Rajesh, for being with us on this very special edition, helping us understand for all those viewers who've been looking at opportunities from Rakesh Jhunjhunwala's portfolio. Here you are, 5 to 6 stocks that can definitely be added in the long term and can give you handsome returns. Thank you so much for being with us.
If you like the video, do like, comment, share and subscribe.